Cougars Network is your home for Canyon High School athletic coverage. Don't miss live game broadcasts, weekly coaches shows, stories from inside the field house, and more. Log on to CougarsNetwork.com to stay up.
Tonight, Cougars Network is live with Canyon High School boys varsity basketball. The 13-6 Cougars look for an important win in District 27 6A play versus their crosstown rivals at 10-5. Welcome inside the Cougar Den on the Cougars Network. I'm Brain Freeman, getting ready for an exciting night of high school basketball as the Canyon Cougars take on the new Braunfels Unicorns. Two teams playing some really good basketball as of late. The Canyon Cougars coming off a 3-1 showing at the Hayes tournament this past week. Meanwhile, New Braunfels has also won 3 out of his past 4 to include a district opening win over Judson earlier this month. Coming up in our pregame coverage, we'll talk more about the matchup, and we'll take a look at the 27 6A standings. All that and more coming up as Cougars basketball continues right here on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and is hand-battered fresh, so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
I'm Jaime Buentello, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible, over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more, all grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
How can 11 girls go missing? No suspect was identified. There's an inmate. He has confessed to murdering 11 girls, but he's retracted his confessions. Who is this guy?
Ed, what happened?
Watch A&E, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 558. GVTC, just plain smart.
Stream live episodes of your
to the test today.
Wow.
Action.
Stream now on your favorite devices.
And back to the Cougar Den right now, getting warmed up and looking even up his district record at 1. Coming up in just a bit, we'll take a look at the 27 6A standings. First, a look at the star power for the Canyon Cougars, and their top player this year has been Joshua Ray. The 6 junior averaged close to 6 points. We'll look at his numbers this season, and coming off a strong showing at the Hayes ISD tournament, scored 20 points or more. 26 against Cedar Creek and then and then 20 in the final win over the Hayes Cougars. One isolation. Now we'll look at the 27 6A standings, early part of the district schedule. 4 teams off to 1-0 starts. The 1-0 teams right now: Steele, Clemens, Wagner. The Braunfels Unicorns should up by the 2 teams statewide. Both Steele and Wagner rank in the top 10. Steele ranked 4th, Wagner's ranked 6th. Well, the bottom half of the standings, the 4 teams 0-1. The Judge Rockets, Coosan Valley, East Central, the Canyon Cougars. Canyon trying to chase that, move it up to a win over the rival series. The Cougars trend continues here tonight. More pregame coverage coming up. Tip-off coming away at 7 o'clock. Back with more Canyon High School basketball on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Hi, I'm film critic Richard Roper, and I'm thrilled to be hosting the television event And the Oscar Goes To. 75 Oscar-winning films all on one channel. From February 1st through March 4th, HDNet Movies is proud to bring you an uninterrupted presentation of Oscar-winning films. No other network can boast an award-winning film collection of this caliber. Nothing but Oscar-winning movies, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
GVTC, just plain smart.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
We help mutants endangered. You're with us now.
If you missed an episode of The Gifted, watch anytime. It's the show critics are calling chills-inducing. Promises to be one of the best Marvel TV series.
These people need help.
The Gifted is all new Monday on Fox, or watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
Do you know what's perfect? Wick Productions teaming up with the Canyon Cougars. No kidding. We take pause when we hear you cheer for replays on the scoreboard. And we love the feline we get when you visit CougarsNetwork.com. Don't forget to subscribe, right? Meow. Isn't that right? What? Cat got your tongue? Mew it.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the Food Network app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Who's got it?
The chance to become a Food Network star.
Well, you know I gotta check it out.
Because you're in control.
Let's get these baskets open. Whose dish is on the chopping block?
Your shows.
Well done.
When and where you want them.
It's a life lesson.
I'm putting your creative intelligence to the test today.
Wow.
Action.
Stream now on your favorite devices.
All it takes is one wrong move. People start dying. We're digging in.
I've got you for the rest of your life.
Men like us, we land on our feet.
With a thunderous chant of Deontay. new on Travel Channel.
I'm Andrew Zimmern, and we're showcasing the unique cuisines that put the tastiest locations on the map. From hot spices in Asia to mouth-watering flavors across the Americas. These destinations are so delicious, they're iconic.
All new Bizarre Foods Delicious Destinations, Tuesday at 9 on Travel Channel.
Watch Travel Channel, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 577. GVTC, just plain smart.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven-baked bacon tastes. Add it to fresh, never-frozen beef, and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously different.
Tonight, Cougars Network is live with Canyon High School boys varsity basketball. The 13-6 Cougars look for an important win in District 27-6A play versus their crosstown rivals at 10-5 New Braunfels Unicorns. Cougars Network is your home for live Canyon boys varsity basketball. And welcome back inside the Cougar Den as we get ready for the second district game of the season for both the Canyon Cougars and the visiting New Braunfels Unicorns. Canyon coming in with a record of 13-6. They've won 2 straight. The Cougars won the consolation bracket this past week on the road to the Hayes CISD tournament and trying to take that momentum into this very important 27-6A game tonight. The Cougars off to an 0-1 start in district play, playing with the top heavyweights in their opener a couple of weeks ago, losing on the road against Wagner. Meanwhile, New Braunfels comes in 10-5. They're coming off the heels of a loss, but that loss snapped a 3-game winning streak. So New Braunfels still playing some pretty good basketball as they take the floor tonight. And on the road, New Braunfels has played a lot. They've played well. This is their 11th road game of the season, and so far the record is 7-3. And now we'll look at head coach Alan Miller in his 4th season here at Canyon. His final instructions for his basketball team as we get ready for tip-off. The Cougars enjoying one of the best seasons in a while. They've already matched their win total, or actually surpassed it, from a year ago with a record of 13-6. And again, as we brought up earlier, the home team of this rivalry won both games a year ago. The Cougars a winner here in a low-scoring game. J.C. Jarrett will tip for Canyon. Doing the honors from New Braunfels, Steve McGehee. We're underway from the Cougar Den here on the Cougars Network. And what is a packed Cougar Den here as well. Rivalry game. Coach Miller alluded to the fact that the football rivalry more significant but still pretty intense on the hardwood. A quick whistle and a foul will put New Braunfels to the free throw line. That'll send McGehee to the foul line, the junior, who scored 14 points, the 2 wins for New Braunfels last week in their tournament in Brasseswood, and can't connect from the first. The foul, by the way, called against Jarrett. That's his first for Canyon. And one more coming up for McGehee. And New Braunfels has the early lead. By the way, Canyon's JV team won this game earlier tonight over New Braunfels 71-60. Early zone trap here for New Braunfels. The Cougars able to break it. Here's Willis on the drive and draws contact of his own. First foul against New Braunfels here in the early going. The foul against McGehee. And now the Cougars inbound on their first possession of the game. Here's Jarrett out front. Great score, about 13 points per game. And puts up the floater and puts the Cougars in front for the first time. Good bucket there by Jarrett. He lit up New Braunfels in one of the games a year ago on the road at Unicorn Gym. 26 points. A veteran player, 3-year letterman playing on varsity. All district a year ago. Here is Hayden Rice, a big threat for New Braunfels, averaging about 11 points a game. A nice feed inside, but better defensive play made by Jarrett. He had 8 blocks in the tournament at Hayes last week. And there's Rainey, the team's leading scorer out front. Will feed it over to Jarrett, whose 3-pointer is off the mark. Good offensive rebound, though, by Willis. Now Xavier Perez with a basketball. Name might sound familiar. Starting quarterback over the past 2 years for Canyon's football team. Nice runner inside by Rainey. Back-to-back scoring trips by Canyon. And the Cougars have early 3-point lead. That three-pointer won't fall by Allman. And back comes Canyon. Get used to watching threes put up by New Braunfels. A year ago, they averaged nearly 23 attempts per game. That's the MO under head coach David Bronner in his 4th season, a former Unicorn player. Speaking of the three-point shot, Darian Galdos drills that three. 27th made three this year by Galdos, Canyon's top three-point threat. Answer bucket won't fall. Perez has the rebound. Good start by Canyon. A 7-1 run to open the game. Perez a three. 10-1 run to open the game for Canyon. Timeout, New Braunfels. Well, we said it earlier, the Cougars are playing some of their best basketball in recent years, evident by their start so far tonight. You look at some of the numbers for the Cougars this season. Offensively, they're averaging about 63 points per game, nearly 10 points better than they averaged a year ago. And they need every game they can get in this tough district. And on the road next week, or this coming Friday, the Cougars will actually host Clemens this coming Friday, beg your pardon. Hosting a Clemens team which is 14-2, the second best overall record in the district. They are on the road next week at 4th-ranked Steele. So this game could go a long way if Canyon can hold on. A lot of basketball to be played. Not even 3 minutes in, but the Cougars have an early 9-point lead already. Here's Rice for the first New Braunfels bucket. That won't go, and Willis has the rebound. Now Jarrett measuring up against Rice. Good pass to the wing. But Galdos' three falls short. A rare miss for the Cougars in the early going. Now Adam Boyce, the basketball, the junior, his second year playing varsity ball for Coach David Bronner. Attacks in the lane. His runner draws New Braunfels to within 7. Approaching the halfway point of the opening quarter. Cougars good start. In front 10-3. Here is Willis. Knifing in the lane. That floater puts Canyon back in front by 9. First basket today for Willis. As New Braunfels looks to answer again. Boyce the basket moments ago. Good defense out front by Galdos. And a travel will send the basketball right back to Canyon. That one called against Tyler Allman. One of the veterans on this New Braunfels team is senior. Also playing on varsity for the second year in a row. Here was Willis. Passes on the corner three. Settles for a floater that won't go. And good job by New Braunfels to get the rebound. Boyce finally able to corral it. And New Braunfels looking for some offense. Here's Boyce. That won't go. Willis still can't control the rebound. As Coach Bronner makes several subs here for the Unicorns. Jack Lewis, Noah Perez, and Fernando Hinojosa all into the game. Watch out for Hinojosa. The district opener, he poured in 17 points, hit the game winner against Judson. He's got the basketball now. That layup's off the mark. Willis a good rebound. Cougar ball leading by 9. Look at that move by Rainey. Chance for a three-point play. Rainey's got 4 in the early going. As the Braunfels will make another sub. Jackson Reed into the game for the first time. And Canyon subs as well. Ashton Harris and Mason Mull make their first entrance. And now Rainey coming off a 23-point game against Hayes last Friday. Picks up his 5th point tonight. A 15-3 Canyon lead. A little more than 4.5 minutes into the game. Perez against Boyce. Now Hinojosa. Boyce again puts up a 3 for the first time tonight. Can't connect, but New Braunfels will keep it. If you're going to play basketball for Coach David Broader in New Braunfels, you better be able to hit 3-pointers. So far, the Unicorns have come up empty tonight. Boyce triggers the inbound and gets the ball right back. Going to work against J.C. Jarrett. Big size mismatch there, but good pass inside, and Lewis to finish. Cuts the Canyon lead down to 10. Saw some early zone by New Braunfels, and a steal by Hinojosa. Trying to take it coast to coast, and he does for a lay-in. And now the Unicorns showing some signs of life. A 12-point lead sliced down to 8. Amping up the pressure. Perez to Malt for a corner 3. Got it. You don't get a lot of offense from Mason Malt, the junior guard. First-year varsity player averaging just 2 points a game. And surpasses that with one shot there. And now Jackson Reed draws the foul against Ashton Harris. His first and the team's second. Hayden Rice back in for New Braunfels as Boyce gets his first breather. And we'll send it in to Hinojosa. Unicorns trying to bounce back from a loss, closing out their tournament at Brazos Wood over this past weekend. The Cougars looking for their 3rd win in a row. Here is Rice on the baseline. Good pass into the corner, shot swatted away by Malt. The Braunfels will keep it. Attacking it inside, the floater by Reed won't go. Another opportunity pops out for Lewis. Ball loose again, still loose, out of bounds to New Braunfels. Fabian Facundo had the ball slapped away. And Coach Miller can't believe it. Thought the ball last touched the Unicorns instead. A chance for New Braunfels to bring it within single digits. Hinojosa attacking it inside, and the lay-in right over Rainey. Brings Unicorns to within 9. Hinojosa's got 4 off the bench. Here is Facundo, the backup quarterback / receiver / defensive back for the football team. And now it's Jarrett. Rainey draws a double team. Kicks it out to Malt. Hit a 3 earlier in the quarter as we're under a minute to go. And Canyon on top by 9. Rainey again draws a double team and a good steal by Rice. Looking for a transition bucket. He'll get it with the left hand. Hayden Rice brings the Braunfels to within 7. And again, Canyon is led by as many as a dozen and another New Braunfels steal. They had over 400 steals a year ago. The transition 3 by Reed won't drop. And the Cougars now looking for the final shot of the quarter. Instead, they'll draw a foul. A quick sub here for the Unicorns. Quentin Pipes is in as Reed picks up that foul for the Unicorns. And there is the ball taken away. One more shot for the Unicorns. Here's Hinojosa. Float to the buzzer. Will count if it goes. It does for Jack Lewis. And the Unicorns a big run to close out the opening quarter, but Canyon leads at the end of 1. Cougars 18, Unicorns 13. This is Canyon High Basketball on the Cougars Network.
Pass is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
18-13, Canyon up at the end of one quarter. The Braunfels, though, a big run to close out the first quarter. Canyon did lead by as many as a dozen. Lead it down to 5 as we start the second. Top scorer for the Cougars is Joshua Rainey, who has 5. The Braunfels has a pair of players with 4, and a quick steal and another turnover leads to a bucket for New Braunfels. That time it was Ullman. The New Braunfels is cranking up the pressure. Rainey dribbles across the half-court line. Now driving it inside. Galdos got it. And one for Darian Galdos. He's got 5. And a chance for a three-point play. They get McGehee on the foul for New Braunfels. 4th team foul of the half for the Unicorns. Darian Galdo scored 33 points over the 4 games of the Hayes CISD tournament last week. Didn't shoot well from 3, just 6 of 20. Did make 1 3 in the opening quarter tonight, and that a three-point play there. He's got 6, second quarter just underway, with Canyon on top by 6. And before Reed's pass inside to Luke Ullman can be completed, Ullman is called for the foul. Something Coach Miller told us before the game is that where Canyon's advantage would be tonight would be in its size. Much bigger than the Unicorns are, but can they handle the pressure by these shorter guards? Nice drive inside. A runner will go, and one for Ashton Harris. Canyon getting good bench production here in the first half. And it's been that experience that has helped spearhead this 13-6 start. The team playing more confident this year, and as Coach Miller put it, having a lot more fun this season. The lead ballooned back out to 9. New Braunfels had a reverse scoop by Rice. Cuts it down to 7. Rice had 4. With 1 minute gone by in the second, Rainey dribbles into a triple team and draws the foul. Fouls now piling up here for the Unicorns. That is their 7th. And the 1-and-1 coming up now for Canyon. And it's misses the front end, but Willis has the offensive rebound. The stick back won't go. Reed, the board for the Unicorns, and the whistle will go against Canyon. That's their 3rd. The foul is called here against Willis, and the junior has his 1st. Willis coming off a strong close of the Hayes tournament last week. 22 points in the win over the host Rebels. Here is Rice. Now to the wing, Brunson. Back to Rice. Measures up against Harris. Good ball movement here by the Unicorns. Now inside, it's Ullman. Good feed to the post. Shot swatted away by Rainey. The Cougars want to push it. And the bucket goes for Darian Galdos. He's got 8. The lead out to 9. Rice the other way will go to the foul line now. Up and down basketball game here the first half. The style the Cougars won. Canyon tends to not play as well when the game slows down. They don't score well in their half-court offense. They got out in transition there moments ago and got the bucket by Galdos as Rice makes good of the first free throw. He leads all Unicorns with 5. He is their second leading scorer this season. Can't hit the second, but the rebound goes right to Lewis, back to Rice for a three-point trip. And just like that, the lead down to 6. Facundo gets out of the trap, and now Rainey into the post. What a shot there by Joshua Rainey, not easy. Rainey now with 7, and that block by Rainey will be whistled away. The foul called first against Canyon. More free throws coming up here for the Unicorns. And it's Allman, the team's third leading scorer. Did not play well in this gym a year ago. 2 points on 1 of 9 shooting, 0 of 6 from 3. But that free throw falls in. Allman now with 3. Trying to help lead New Braunfels to a 2-0 district start. Did have a big game in the opener against Judson, 15 points, and a 78-77 overtime win over the Rockets. Now Rainey off to a great start. He's got 7. Looking for his 9th point, and instead will go to the foul line. This foul's against Hinojosa. And more free throws coming up. A lot of foul shots both ways here in the first half, with Canyon on top by 6, and again a couple of big games looming. Cougars are home again Friday to take on the 14-2 Clemens Buffaloes, and then on the road next Tuesday against the 4th ranked in the state, Steel Knights. Empty trip there for Rainey. The rematch, by the way, for these two teams coming up later this month, January 26th at Unicorn Gym. Here is Hinojosa. Now Boyce to Allman, one of the bigger threats for the Braunfels coming into the game. Coach Miller made a point to say that Allman has hurt the Cougars in the past. Under 5 minutes to go until halftime. The Cougars have led virtually throughout. Once trailed 1-0. They have not trailed since as Hinojosa shows off the move on the baseline. 6th off the bench for the junior. Facundo has the ball poked away by Allman. Another New Braunfels steal. And Allman the 3. Cuts the lead down to 1. Timeout Canyon. With 4:26 to go in the second, it's a 28-27 Cougar lead. Don't miss, by the way, the Cougar Network's next broadcast. It's going to be girls basketball coming your way on January 26th as the Braunfels comes to the Cougar Den. Another New Braunfels Canyon rivalry game coming your way between the Unicorns and the Cougarettes. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. And our pregame coverage will start at 6:50. Be sure to subscribe right now to receive the Cougars Network broadcast schedule, as the Cougars Network is your home for all Canyon athletics coverage. And right now, those two are playing at Unicorn Gym. We spoke about the top 27 6A district on the boys' side. On the girls' side, pretty good there as well. 3 girls teams in that district have already collected 19 wins or more. And all 3 of those teams rank in the top 25 in the state. Judson's girls are 6th, Steele's girls are 21st, and East Central's are ranked 23rd. Cougars right now on the wrong end of a 6-0 run. And back in that 2-3 zone defense. Trying to find a crack in the zone right now, looking for a passing lane and for some movement. A long possession here for the Cougars. Here is Rainey. Good feed into the corner. But Jarrett lost the handle. Still loose. And Rainey got it back. And this long, drawn-out possession will continue. And Jarrett throws it up, nearly threw it in, but a tip-in on the weak side. Good by Harris. 5 off the bench for Harris. Lead back out to 3. Some breathing room for the Cougars. They have led by as many as a dozen. That shot would have tied the game by Hinojosa, but the rebound saved right back to New Braunfels. And a reaching call against Jarrett. That is the 6th. Next one will put the Unicorns to the foul line. Allman, who's out, who's had a really good second quarter. Noah Perez back in, the Unicorns' top scorer, scoreless so far tonight. Boyce gets the play call in from head coach David Bronner. Boyce exploding inside, right by the Canyon defense. Cuts it down to a 1-point lead once again at a near steal, and Boyce has got it. Open 3 by Perez gives New Braunfels the lead. Another Cougar turnover leading to an easy New Braunfels bucket. Xavier Perez, the answer basket, ties it up at 32. Approaching 2 minutes to go and a back and forth first half. Here's Hinojosa off the screen. His floater won't go. And ripping away the rebound is Harris. And the Cougars will shoot free throws the other way. And this is exactly the play you want at the foul line if you're Coach Alan Miller. 86% free throw shooter on the year is Harris. His first year playing varsity basketball. And like several of his teammates, had a really good showing in the finale of the Hayes tournament this past Friday. 10 points and 6 boards against the Rebels. Has earned himself one more. By the way, the Cougars squeezed in their 4 games in 2 days. Doubleheaders Thursday and Friday, as Harris makes good on both. He now has 7 off the bench. Cougars seesaw back in front. Perez looking for another 3 instead. Finds a turnover. Not many of those in the first half against New Braunfels. It's been a far bigger issue for Canyon. Having some troubles against this 1-2-2 zone trap. Another near turnover, but Jarrett able to keep it alive. But there's a turnover by Rainey, and New Braunfels gets it back anyway. Perez for the lead. No. Nearly tipped back in by Brunson. The Cougars get it back. Final minute, 30 to go here in the first half. Canyon desperately trying to avoid starting 0-2 in 27-6A. In traffic, Rainey muscles it in. He now has 9, and there's another New Braunfels turnover, taken away by Perez. And the Cougars are now slowed up a bit. Looking to expand upon a 4-point lead. And Rainey's got it. Good kick out to Jarrett. Puts up a 3. Just off the mark, but there's a rebound by Rainey. In traffic again. Just wouldn't fall. Shot, though, wouldn't have counted. Offensive foul called against Rainey. Boy, and Rainey looks exhausted right now, but will stay in the game for the time being. And now New Braunfels basketball with a bucket here. They can make it a 1-possession game. A team is trailed by as many as 12, down by 5 at the end of 1. As Hinojosa dribbles a basketball off his foot. So at one point, we were discussing the fact that Braunfels has not turned it over a lot, but over the past few possessions, they keep giving it away. There's Aaron Platt into the game for the first time. A no-look feed to the corner. Good ball movement by Canyon. Long three by Platt. That's short. But the Cougars will get another chance here. Perez inbound. Out front to Rainey. Going to work against Reed. Down to Platt. Good shovel pass into the corner to Aviles. When Perez nearly stepped over the line, but stays in play. Final 10 seconds now. And Canyon looking for the final shot. And now Rainey in isolation. Attacks. Spin move stripped away by Reed and a kick ball. With less than a second to go. Enough time for a catch and shoot here for the Cougars. Platt at the buzzer. Would have counted it, had gone, it did not. And so the Cougars will settle for a 4-point halftime lead. Your score at the end of 2 quarters here for the Cougar Den. Canyon 36, New Braunfels 32. This is Canyon Basketball on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to the Army National Guard, Baden, Balfour, Baylor Scott and White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox, the UIL does, and Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community, and thank you for listening to this state playoff contest. Enjoy the game.
Hometown is about community. I'm Erin.
And I'm Ben.
We're focused on making every home feel personal. Use the gift you have to make your place better. Get up and do it.
And this is our hometown.
All new Hometown, Monday night at 9, only on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 578. GVTC, just plain smart.
All it takes is one wrong move. People start dying.
We're digging in.
I've got you for the rest of your life.
Men like us, we land on our feet.
With a thunderous chant of Deontay.
And welcome back to the Cougar Den. Exciting first half here from Canyon High School. Cougars on top 36-32. We are only a couple of weeks removed from National Signing Day. High school athletes across the country signing their national letters of intent to play at the next level, to include a couple of athletes here at Canyon High School, to include Chris Espinosa, Canyon golfer signing on to play at TLU, and Derek Reyna, a wrestler, signing on to compete at Schreiner University. Here's more on their moments in National Signing Day.
So it's a special day for us here at Canyon High School once again as we celebrate the successes of our student athletes. And we have two more whose hard work has paid off and has given them the opportunity to play their sports at the next level. So we're super excited to wish both Chris and Derek the best as they continue their academic and athletic careers. So Chris Espinosa will be playing golf at Texas Lutheran University. And Derek Reyna will be wrestling at Schreiner, where they will be beginning their wrestling program. He will be a part of their inaugural wrestling program there. So we wish both of them well, and congratulations from the athletic department at Canyon High School. We wish you guys both the very best.
I chose to wrestle for the Mountaineers because it's collegiate level and I want to be part of the first wrestling program, and I know that this Texas wrestling program will go and do big things, especially since we have a great coach.
Getting them to wrestle in college, it's very unique because very few people do that, especially here from Texas. So this is a big deal for Canyon High School.
To have an athlete of mine make it to the college level is a huge deal for not only me but the program. I feel like the kids look up to Chris for his hard work, and he is a product of just working hard and doing anything the coach asks him to do.
I chose TLU because the academics are amazing there, the small class that they have, the golf program there. My career goal is to be a pro, and it's just first baby steps of getting there. I'm really excited to play next year for TLU.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for HEB. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible, over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more, all grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the HGTV app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Raise your hand if you want to break some stuff.
Whack it. Because you're in control.
We're trying to help families get top dollar for their current place and get them into a home that works for the family.
Your shows, when and where you want them.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper? Oh!
It's a big deal. You excited as I am?
Done. Stream now on your favorite devices.
We help mutants in danger. You're with us now.
If you missed an episode of The Gifted, watch anytime. It's the show critics are calling chills-inducing. Promises to be one of the best Marvel TV series.
These people need hope.
The Gifted is all new Monday on Fox, or watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
You like movies?
There's gonna be some hate out there.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo.
Sex.
We're gonna stand around here all day.
We're dance naked! Movie!
Yes!
What the
I've never done anything like this before.
You're scaring me, lady!
How about I just make him perpetually shirtless?
Watch Lifetime. GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 561. GVTC, just plain smart.
On Travel Channel, all new Expedition Unknown.
Every legend is an epic adventure. Here we go from Stonehenge and the Vikings to Butch Cassidy. It's the adventure that's legendary.
How do we get out of this thing?
All new Expedition Unknown, Wednesday at 9 on Travel Channel.
Watch Travel Channel, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 577. GVTC, just plain smart.
This winter, shop QVC for everything you need to relax and unwind after a long day. Rejuvenate your look with new beauty. Reboot your electronic gear. Recommit to your healthy lifestyle. Find great brands and new deals every day. Get $5 off your first purchase with promo code 54U. Shop now on QVC.com.
Hi, I'm film critic Richard Roper, and I'm thrilled to be hosting the television event And the Oscar Goes To. 75 Oscar-winning films all on one channel. From February 1st through March 4th, HDNet Movies is proud to bring you an uninterrupted presentation of Oscar-winning films. No other network can boast an award-winning film collection of this caliber. Nothing but Oscar-winning movies, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
GVTC, just plain smart.
And welcome back to Cougar Den, ready for the start of the second half. Coach Miller talking to his basketball team one more time before they take the floor to start this third quarter. Big first half for Joshua Rainey, 9 points, led all scores. Meanwhile, Darian Galdos poured in 8 for the Cougars, and Ashton Harris off the bench scored 7. New Braunfels was led by Hayden Rice and Tyler Allman, both scoring 7 points to lead the Unicorns. New Braunfels' basketball to start this third quarter. Brant Freeman here with you on the Cougars Network. Canyon trying to expand upon a 2-game winning streak and, more importantly, even up their 27-6A record at 1-1 as Stephen McGehee muscles his way for his first field goal tonight after some good defense by J.C. Jarrett. Well, corner 3 by Willis is up. That won't go. And fighting for the rebound is Ullman. The Braunfels can tie or take the lead. They trailed by as many as a dozen. Took a brief lead late in the second quarter. Looking for the lead here by Rice, and he'll give it to him. Rice has 10, and Braunfels has opened up this quarter on a 5-0 run and another Canyon turnover. Here is Rice trying to capitalize off the mistake, and will go to the foul line. The Braunfels did not start the first half very well. In the opening quarter, the Cougars opened the game on a 15-3 run. But they have started off this third quarter very impressively, a 5-0 run, and the left-hander's first free throw won't go. Rice has really improved from a season ago. His scoring has nearly doubled from his junior campaign, and capable of scoring from anywhere on the floor. And with that, he has 11. And this is New Braunfels' largest lead tonight, 2. And Rice here called for the foul. Unicorns were a little foul prone in the first half. That's Rice's first. And here's Rainey following the inbound. Don't know if you could hear it in the background. We heard Coach Bronner telling his basketball team to take a charge if it's there, something that Coach Miller noted in the scouting report. New Braunfels does very well. Try to draw one there. No call. Rainey's layup skirts off, and now a foul called here against Canyon. And now the Unicorns trying to take out this lead even further. They haven't had any breathing room all night. The Braunfels have been playing from behind virtually the entire game, now playing with the lead for really the first time. Here is Rice. Good no-look pass inside, but McGehee can't finish. And now it's Rainey for the tie. And now a chance for the lead. 11 now for Joshua Rainey. And the Cougars doing what they do best, getting out in transition. This is where they've really gotten good this season. Getting out on the break as Rainey can't complete a three-point play. And something else they've done a really good job of all year long is playing the entire game as Rice drills another three, his second of the quarter. The Braunfels back in front, and now the answer three by Willis won't come. Pass on it from the corner. Instead it's Jarrett. The fall away makes it a one-point game. Quick three the other way, spins out, and Jarrett has the rebound, and now Allman, after missing the three, call for the foul. That's Allman's second. We're talking about the Cougars. One thing they've been really good at this year is playing the entire game. Coach Miller has spoken about the fact over the past several years that his basketball teams haven't quite gotten the picture of the need to play all 32 minutes. They've done that this year. They're going to have to do it tonight. The Braunfels, after trailing by 12, decided not to go away quietly. As Hinojosa, the team's fourth leading scorer off the bench, comes back into the game. And the Cougars go to work looking for the lead. That shot by Rainey falls short, rebound loose, finally controlled by McGehee. The Braunfels ball in a one-point lead here as Boyce out to Rice, already 7 points in the quarter. What a pass inside there to Travis Brunson. His first bucket. Ball taken away. McGeehee's pass slapped and saved by Canyon. And the Cougars back to within one off the shot in the lane by Jarrett. Rice, the answer bucket. What a quarter for him. Timeout, Coach Miller. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the third. And the Braunfels has a 45-42 lead. Earlier in the pregame, right before tip-off, we ran through the 27 6A standings. Only one team with a losing record overall on the year. That's East Central. A team who, by the way, finished as the runners-up in that Hayes CISD tournament last week, which was won by Clemens. 5 teams already with 13 wins or more to include these Canyon Cougars. Happening tonight around the district. East Central is at Smithson Valley. Steele is at Judson. Big game there. And both Clemens and Wagner are off. And again, 2 teams ranked in the top 10 statewide. Steele ranked 4th. Wagner is ranked 6th. Every game is large in 27 6A play. The Cougars are running fast right out of the timeout. And a quick foul called here against McGehee. Already the team's 4th of the half. And McGehee with his 3rd has to come out. Jack Lewis is back in. Perez to trigger the inbound. Got to find somebody, and will finally find Rainey. Corner 3 by Perez ties the game. His second 3, and we're not at 45 apiece. These 2 teams have been involved in a lot of close games this year, and we are down the path heading towards another. The Cougars have played in 5 games, decided by 5 points or less, are 3-2 in those games. That shot for the lead won't go. Ball loose and finally controlled by Jarrett. Turns it right over. Rice. Big third quarter continues. Timeout, Coach Bronner. Rice with 11 points in the quarter, now 18 for the game. And again, speaking about close games, while the Cougars have played in their share, the Braunfels has as well. 6 of their 15 games decided by 6 points or less, and they've done well, 4-2 in those games. including a buzzer-beating overtime win over Judson to start 27-6A play. The Unicorns had to survive a last-second three-point attempt by the Rockets to win that game. Got the game winner by Fernando Hinojosa as well. And with a win tonight, New Braunfels would get out to a 2-0 start to 27-6A play. A team coming off a 23-win season, but missed the postseason a year ago. That's how good 27-6A is. A team can win 23 games and still not win enough in district to qualify in the top 4 in the postseason. Here is Rainey attacking in baseline, left it short. But that one spins in and a three-point chance here for Rainey. And now up to 13 points in the game. 5th team foul against the Unicorns in the half. This one charged to Lewis, his first. That one just in and out, and the rebound controlled by Reed. Tied at 47 in this rivalry game. Home team won both games a year ago. New Braunfels, though, has won 3 out of the past 4. Rice going to work. Rainey looking for a stop, won't get it. And New Braunfels is back in front. Here's Willis inside to tie the game. He's got 4, but can Canyon find an answer for Hayden Rice? Fall away 3, everything going in for Rice. What a quarter for the senior guard. 52-49 New Braunfels, and a whistle and another foul. This one against Reed. And so for the remaining 10:43 of the half, the Cougars will be in the bonus in some sort of fashion. Unicorns back in their zone defense. That was the call from the sideline for Coach Bronner moments ago. Cougars trying to make them pay in that zone. Perez has 6, and New Braunfels has turned a 4-point deficit into a 6-point lead. Answer 3 is up. Shot would have counted had it gone by Galdos. Instead, he'll get 3 free throws. This foul charge to Perez, and 3 foul shots coming up for Galdos on the season at 69%. And by the way, Hayden Rice, a 16-point third quarter. Unconscious shooting as Galdos connects on the first. He now has 9 and trying to become the second Cougar into double figures, accomplishes that. As Willis comes out, Harris is back at Harris, a good first half off the bench, scored 7. And a perfect 3-for-3 trip for Galdos. That'll take him out of the game, and Mason Malt, beg your pardon, is back in. 3-point New Braunfels lead, final 2 minutes of this third quarter. And by the way, Rice now on the bench for the Unicorns with 23 points, but another 3 dropped in by Perez. 4 threes in the quarter for the Unicorns. Back out to a 6-point lead. Good pass inside. Harris with a kick out to Malt. It will stay with Canyon. The Unicorns at 32 points at halftime. Already 26 here in the third. And right now it's a simple math problem. New Braunfels is making 3s. The Cougars are making 2s. They've made just 1 3 here in the third. Unforced error, but they're going to say last touch by New Braunfels. Well, Coach Bronner can't believe it for the Unicorns. We were about to say an unforced error there against Canyon. I think the Cougars may have caught in a break. Now Jarrett going to work. Perez for a moment was open, passed it up. Jarrett again. Good feet inside. Rainey harassed, loose ball to Perez, floater short, and a whistle and a foul against the Braunfels will put the Cougars right back to the foul line. This is against Adam Boyce, and the 1-1 coming up for Canyon. The officials for a moment confused a bit. About to hand the ball to the Cougars for an inbound, but it should be the 1-1, and it is. And Perez will do the honors. Really good foul shooter, 82% this season. Coming off a relatively rough showing of the Hayes tournament this past week. Makes it a 5-point game. Perez now with 9 points. Shot just 30% from the floor in the 4 games at Hayes last week. And makes both foul shots. That takes him out. One football player out for another. Fabian Facundo is back in. 4-point New Braunfels lead approaching the final minute of the third. Reed, it's a ball poked away by Jarrett. Gets it back at half court, but stepped to the line. Cougar basketball had a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Canyon at one point led by a dozen. And then the Braunfels battled back. Made it a 4-point game by halftime. And took the lead and took it out to as many as 6 here in the third. Jarrett, not a great 3-point shooter. Into the post to Rainey. The double team, the kick out. Jarrett will take a 3 here. So much for him not being a good 3-point shooter. Just 22% this season. But cans that one and makes it a 1-point game. Final 18 seconds of the third. Hinojosa using clock. The Braunfels aiming for the final shot of the quarter. Perez looking for 3. Instead, Allman at the buzzer. A 1-point game going into the fourth quarter. Rivalry game playing out to an intense affair through 3 quarters here at the Cougar Den. Your score, New Braunfels 58, Canyon 57. Fourth quarter coming up. This is Canyon Basketball on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
And we are back in the Cougar Den, a 1-point game, nip and tuck. Cougars a 1-point trail by 6, but a chance now to take the lead to start the fourth quarter. And here is Jarrett off the drop step, can't finish. And New Braunfels has the basketball and the 1-point lead. An open 3 from the corner. Won't go for Allman. Rebound controlled by Rainey. And the Cougars want to push it. Rainey for the lead and 1. Rainey's got 15 points. Another New Braunfels foul. That is their 9th. And now Rainey to the foul line. Well, he has struggled tonight. Has made just 1. He's 1 for 4. 1 for 5. Rebound chased down by McGehee. There is Rice. Scorching hot third quarter and draws a really quick foul here against Ashton Harris. And a Bronx cheer across the way from the Unicorn fans as there's been a sizable foul disparity in the half. The Cougars, that's just their second since halftime. New Braunfels has committed 9. Rice on the inbound now to Boyce. Little runner by Boyce pushes Braunfels back in front. Boyce has 6. And now Canyon trying to regain the lead instead. A lost dribble by Facundo. Good bounce pass by Ullman. Rice can't finish the lay-in, and that will put the Cougars in the double bonus. And this is against Ullman, and I believe that's his 4th. It is. And now 2 shots here for Harris. Made 2 earlier in the game, and again, he's Canyon's best foul shooter, 86%. The first to tie. Harris now with 8 off the bench. And Ullman has to come out. Hinojosa is back in. This back and forth, fourth quarter. Let's put the Cougars back in front by 1. Good bounce pass inside. Fall away won't go by McGehee, but he'll go to the foul line. They'll charge this one to Malt, team's 3rd. And now Steve McGehee. The junior opened the game with a foul shot to give New Braunfels his first lead. They would not regain it until late in the second. Led for a good chunk of the third. And now McGehee just trying to tie the game. So far, 3 points for the junior. Second year on varsity. Lines up the second. And ties us up at 61. The Braunfels back in that zone defense. Jarrett going to work at the baseline. Awkward looking angle, couldn't get off a good shot. And the Braunfels has the ball back, looking for the lead again. Here is Boyce through traffic for the lay-in. No, but more free throws coming up in this game. And now the foul started to add up here for Canyon. This one is called against Malt, his second. And now Boyce so far 6 points. Now 7. Spoke about New Braunfels' district opening win over Judson a few weeks ago. Boyce had 16 then. He's got 8 now. And a 2-point New Braunfels lead. Nearly 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Good touch pass inside to the corner. Malt for the lead. No. And another Canyon foul. This one is against Rainey. Team's 5th. And for Rainey, his 3rd. And now Coach Miller calling in reinforcements as Willis, Galdos, and Perez are all back in. It's going to send Malt, Facundo, and Harris to the bench. So Canyon starting 5 out there right now, maybe to close out the game. Here is Rice, attacks the basket, and he is hammered by Jarrett. It's now 16 fouls against the Cougars in the half, 5 in the quarter. That'll send Rice to the foul line for a couple of free throws. So far, game high 23, 16 coming in the third quarter alone. Well, and Rice just heard something there from the official and can't hit the first. Looking to give New Braunfels a 3-point lead. And now Rice has 24. The final 5:45 here in regulation. Galdos to drive and the finish makes it a 1-point game. He's got 13. Back down a 1-point New Braunfels lead. Hinojosa attacking it inside. New Braunfels back in front by 3. Timeout. Coach Bronner. Hinojosa's got 8 points off the bench. 66-63, Unicorns on top, 5:32 to go. And by the way, it is January 2nd. We are only 24 days away from the rematch. These two will face off again January 26th at Unicorn Gym. Something we spoke of earlier. Again, if you're watching this, you're no stranger to the New Braunfels Canyon rivalry. And Coach Miller, now talking to his basketball team, said earlier in the day that the football rivalry might get more headlines, might be more significant to a lot of the hardcore fans here in the city of New Braunfels and Comal County. But the basketball rivalry has been pretty intense as well. A lot of trash talking back and forth over the years between these two, and no different so far tonight. And Coach Miller alluded to the importance of this game, even though this is a game where you can throw the records out. There are no off nights in the district. An 0-2 start would put the Cougars in a precarious situation, as it is incredibly difficult to make the postseason out of this district against this level of competition. But Coach Miller thinks the Cougars can get there. To do that, they've got to get this game tonight. Here is Jarrett. Ball poked away by Rice, and now a foul on Jarrett. And this should put New Braunfels to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. The foul is against Jarrett. That's his fourth. And here is Fernando Hinojosa. Angling for a 2-possession lead. He's got it. Now a 4-point New Braunfels lead as Lewis comes back into the game. McGehee sits down. And one more for Hinojosa. Looking to crack double figures. And does. Only player with more for New Braunfels tonight is Rice with 23. Galdos lines up a corner 3. Can't get it. Got his own rebound. Looking for a bucket to make it a 1-possession game. Jarrett will give them that bucket and maybe more. So there the Cougars crash the offensive glass, get a bucket inside, and in the process, Reed picks up his fourth. Jarrett has 11. 57% free throw shooter. Can't connect. Rebound nearly corralled by the Cougars instead of foul against Caleb Willis. That's his third, team's 8th. That should have been the 1-and-1, and the rebound taken by Perez. Well, now there's a lot of confusion here by the officials. This foul occurred on a rebound. There was no shot attempt. It is the 8th team foul. And now they talk things over. And now the officials have a decision to make. And so as a result of the missed call, It then comes down to the possession arrow, which points in favor of New Braunfels. So the Unicorns catch a break, a missed free throw on the basketball. Here is Rice. Willis picks him up. Now Gatto's on the switch. Rice goes to work, knifing his way inside, can't finish. Rebound loose. Still loose, and Perez has got it. Here's Galdos chasing it down. And now the Cougars slow it up, down by 3, approaching 4 minutes to go. Fourth quarter of an intense rivalry game here tonight. Rainey backs down Rice. The fall away goes, and the foul, and a chance to tie the game. But again, Rainey has struggled for the foul line tonight. Already 4 misses, make it 5. Rebound, Jarrett. And now the Cougars will send Jarrett to the foul line, looking for the time, perhaps more. Previous foul was on Rice, his second. This one is against Lewis, his second as well. And now it's J.C. Jarrett, senior veteran player. Now has a dozen. And that will send McGehee back in for the Unicorns, and one more coming up for Jarrett. In this extremely daunting and tough 27-6A, Jarrett was all district a year ago as he gives Canyon the lead right back. Boyce off the screen. Contested shot. And a whistle called against Galdos. And this game's going to come down to free throws. We've already seen quite a few here in this fourth quarter. The Cougars had a couple of makes moments ago. Now Boyce for the Unicorns ties the game. And now 9 points for Boyce. 5 of those coming here in this fourth quarter. And the game remains tied. With 4 minutes to go, halfway through the fourth quarter. Rainey against Reed. He's trapped. At a Canyon turnover, New Braunfels a chance for the lead back. The Cougars seem to have corrected their turnover mistakes from the first half. That one there gives New Braunfels the ball with 3:35 to go now. And now slowing things up, perhaps more than anything else. Boyce dribbling things out to give New Braunfels a chance to catch his breath. Rainey's picking him up near center court. Finally, the play develops, and Boyce inside gives New Braunfels the lead back. With 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Boy, Boyce there just lulled the Cougars to sleep and puts them back in front, 71-69. Galdos for the lead for Canyon, won't go. Rainey the rebound, tie game again. Rainey's got 19, 71 all. And Boyce again holds it out front. Working against Xavier Perez. Good spin move, can't finish. Rebound, McGehee won't go. And a foul by Boyce will put the Cougars back to the line. And moments ago there, Randy getting some words of encouragement from Coach Miller about free throw shots. He has struggled mightily from the foul line tonight, 1 of 6. looking for another 20-point game. Had 2 last week in the Hayes CISD tournament. 26 against Cedar Creek, 23 against Hayes. And that is 20th point. Last foul on Boyce is his third. As Travis Brunson checks back in for the Unicorns, and one more for Rainey. Got them both. Approaching 2 minutes to go, 2-point Canyon lead. What a game tonight. Brunson for the lead. In and out, no good. Rebound by Jarrett. More free throws coming up. That ball was halfway down for Brunson. Just wouldn't stay down. And now 2 big free throws here for the big man, J.C. Jarrett at 6'5". So far, 13 points for Jarrett. Did make 2 free throws earlier in the quarter. The lead is up to 3. Last foul against McGehee, his 4th. And speaking of players with 4 fouls, Tyler Allwood is back in. A long breather as he picked up his 4th early in the quarter. 4-point game. Timeout taken by Canyon. And again, we can't emphasize enough the importance of this game. 2 tough ones coming up for the Cougars, and to be honest, every game remaining in 27-6A play is going to be tough. Cougars are back home this Friday to take on the Clemens Buffaloes at 7 o'clock. Clemens rocking a 14-2 record, and they won the Hayes CIC tournament last week. After that, the Cougars on the road a week from tonight in Cibolo against the Steel Knights, ranked 4th in the state. And the Cougars already off to an 0-1 start in 27-6A play. Trying to avoid 0-2 as they take the floor, leading by 4, now looking for a stop. The Cougars have their starting 5 on the floor. Perez, Galdos, Jarrett, Willis, and Rainey. It's Boyce, Brunson, McGehee, Rice, and Ullman for the Braunfels. Rice scoreless so far in the 4th. A near turnover off the hands of Perez. Correction, Rice does have 1 point in the 4th quarter, but this after a 16-point third. And again, nearly turns it over. Perez again getting to the passing lane there. And the Braunfels another chance at inbounding. And this time to go the safe route into the backcourt. And Boyce at the point. Has had a big 4th quarter so far for the Unicorns. Rice thinking about a long 3. Didn't take it. 90 seconds to go, 4-point game. Now Rice attacks inside and will go to the free throw line. And now both teams in the double bonus. This one's against Willis, his 4th. Now Rice, who has more than doubled his per-game average tonight with 26 points, averaging 11 per game, can't hit the first. He split a pair of free throws earlier in the quarter. Trying to make it a 1-possession game. He can't, and Jarrett has the rebound. Rainey. Galdos, big 3. No. Rainey the rebound. Can't get it, but Jarrett does and cleans it up. 6-point Canyon lead. Approaching 1 minute to go. Brunson for 3. It's a three-point game. Timeout taken by New Braunfels with 65 seconds to go. If you recall, back in the third quarter, the three-point shot was huge for the Unicorns. They drilled 5 from deep, 3 by Rice alone. The other 2 made by Noah Perez. That Coach Miller talking to his basketball team right now, and you see there's no dry erase board out. This is not about X's and O's right now for Coach Miller. It's about execution. And his players need to play smart basketball right now. No turnovers. Keep in mind the clock is your friend. And see if you can get New Braunfels to force a situation in which they have to foul. If you are Canyon and you're thinking about free throws here, you want the ball in the hands of Xavier Perez, 82% this year. He's got it now. The Braunfels with some pressure. Willis, big three, pops out, rebound by Boyce. Thought the Cougars might want to take more time off the clock. Instead, New Braunfels a chance for the tie in the corner. No, Boyce the rebound with 40 seconds to go. Rice again for the tie. Won't go. Rebound chased down by Boyce again. Timeout, Coach Bronner with 27.6 to go. So you think about the big three-point threats for the Unicorns. I do wonder if they'll have Noah Perez on the floor. Perez has made 3 threes tonight. Rice has made 3 of his own, but did miss a pair moments ago for the Unicorns. And they don't need a 3 right now either. Plenty of time to go in the game as now Coach Miller busts out the dry erase board. The Braunfels could get a quick 2 here. Foul the Cougars and force Canyon to make free throws. So the three-pointer not necessarily a given for New Braunfels. A team trying to bounce back from a loss. The Unicorns dropped their finale at the Brazos Wood Holiday Classic and lost that game by only 2 points. Again, both teams have been involved in a lot of close basketball so far this year. So this is not uncharted territory for either team. And we do see Noah Perez out there right now. Rice into Perez for the tie. Got it! Tie game with 20 seconds to go. Timeout, Canyon. What a shot by Noah Perez. Nearly falling out of bounds on the inbounds pass. Able to collect himself and drilled the corner 3. And now Coach Miller thumbing through the playbook, trying to dial up the game winner for Canyon. And by the way, the Cougars have just 1 30-second timeout remaining with 18.1 to go. What a clutch shot moments ago there by Noah Perez. Big three-point threat, and he came through the game's biggest moment to this point. Still plenty of time to go, and this one may have more than 18 seconds left in it. Canyon has been very strong at home this year, 6-2. New Braunfels road tested and road proven, 7-3 away from Unicorn Gym this season. Perez to inbound. Canyon looking for the final shot. Into Jarrett. Right back to Perez. And we'll use some clock. Down to 10 seconds. Jarrett for the win. This ball game is over. What a finish here at the Cougar Den. And it's J.C. Jarrett who delivers a dagger to the rival New Braunfels Unicorns. Final score from Canyon High School. Cougars 79, Unicorns 77. Back to wrap things up. This is Canyon Basketball on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
And welcome back to the Cougar Den. What a finish here from Canyon High School. Cougars 79 and New Braunfels 77. The Cougars getting the game winner from J.C. Jarrett with 1 second to go, capping off a brilliant fourth quarter by Jarrett. Scored 10 for the Cougars, 19 points for the game. Top scorer tonight was Joshua Rainey, who scored 21. Meanwhile, New Braunfels led by Haddon Rice, who scored 24-16. Coming in the third quarter alone, a back-and-forth affair. New Braunfels got a clutch 3 by Noah Perez to tie the game at 77 with 18 seconds to go. But the Cougars get the final basket, the game winner by Jarrett on a lay-in down low, as they pick up an ever-important district win to even their 27-6A record at 1-1. While New Braunfels falls to 1-1 in 27-6A play. Don't forget, our next broadcast on the Cougars Network is more New Braunfels Canyon action. Girls basketball on the air January 26th as the New Braunfels Unicorns come to the Cougar Den to take on the Cougarettes. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock and our pregame coverage starts at 6:50. Be sure to subscribe right now to receive the Cougars Network broadcast schedule by logging on to cougarsnetwork.com. Cougars Network is your home for all Canyon athletics coverage. And that's going to do it here for us from the Cougar Den. Thanks to everybody on behalf of our Cougars Network crew. I'm Brant Freeman from the Cougar Den, saying good night.
Cougars Network is your home for Canyon High School athletic coverage. Don't miss live game broadcasts, weekly coaches shows, stories from inside the field house, and more. Log on to cougarsnetwork.com to stay up to date on everything from the Den to the Red Zone. Welcome to Cougars Network.